John Cannon, clergy, Asbury United Methodist Church, Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm Wesley DeRoche's pastor, who spoke just a moment ago, so I'm another white male at the microphone, which I've noticed we've had too many white males at the microphone, I'm just saying. So step up, let's get this. We can do better on our monitoring too, I think, maybe. So maybe we can hear a report about that later. I rise to, if the timing is appropriate, to make a motion to refer the Safe Gatherings document to the Board of Trustees to be brought back next year.
Give me a moment. I call on Reverend Allie Young to go to the microphone to speak to the Safe Gathering.
Surprise! I'm here to offer, I guess, the Safe Gatherings proposal, which can be found on pages 169 to 187 of your pre-conference report on behalf of the trustees. On behalf of the cabinet, on behalf of the cabinet. Y'all, it's been a long conference.
Okay. Microphone one.
And now, I'm John Cannon, clergy, Asbury United Methodist Church in Lafayette. And I do move that we refer this to the Board of Trustees for further consideration so that it can be brought back next year. And if I may, I'd like to speak to that.
Is there a second?
I second.
We have a second. A couple of them. Speak to it, please.
I do want to say that Allie and I have spoken about this, and I want to first acknowledge the passion and the energy that Allie brings to this work of creating safe gathering spaces for our children, youth, and vulnerable adults. I hope that every single person in this room brings the same energy and passion that Allie Young brings to this in all of our local churches. This is some of the most sacred work we can do to express the love of Jesus Christ to people who are hurt in churches. And I think the work that has been done is incredible to this point. I think there are a lot of questions about some of the specific provisions that we need to consider deeply and in a further way. And I'd like to refer this to the Board of Trustees because this is our legal arm. They work closely with our conference chancellor. There are pastors who sit on that committee who can offer their personal input into how things like this can work in the church. And I know that Reverend Young is going to work closely with the Board of Trustees in doing this, and at least I hope so. And I want to be the first to volunteer my support to her work and the Board of Trustees in any way that we can support this work going forward so that it passes unanimously next year.
Thank you. Microphone 4. Please identify yourself.
Joanne Pounds West, clergy, white and partially indigenous, female, serving First United Methodist Church of Thibodaux. I rise to offer what is hopefully seen as a friendly amendment. Amendment to the amendment. I should have asked my youth delegate. She knows the Robert's rules better than I do. I would like to offer a friendly amendment to John Cannon's proposal.
Repeat what you just said that you wanted to do.
I would like to offer a friendly amendment to John Cannon's proposal.
Okay. State the amendment. What is it?
That in referring this back to the trustee committee, that we make an effort to be sure to include clergy and laity from each size church referenced by Reverend Chad Brooks of the relational small neighborhood, medium, and large churches. And further, that we would include at least one youth delegate upon that.
Okay, that's pretty long. We need that so we can discern that in writing.
Okay, I can do that.
Can you email that to Tom right now
Yes.
or text it? Okay. Yeah, let's stand at ease. That's a military term, too, if you've been in the military. So stand at ease. We have somebody at microphone 2, but we need to pause. Okay, so it's okay. Okay, give us a second so we can get this sorted out. Okay, let me repeat that. So you wanted to include, so here it is again. See if we get all the words in here. One listening session with the trustees that includes representation from each church size category as referred in Chad Brooks' report. In his report, that includes a youth rep, extension ministry, and each church size in the conference. That's what you were trying to achieve in the amendment.
And a
And
youth
the youth
director.
director, yes.
Thank you so much, Bishop.
Yes, yes. We apologize for, there's a lot here, so thank you. All right, and it was seconded, and there's a microphone 3, or you wanted to speak to it, correct? Okay.
Yes,
You got
please.
3 minutes.
Friends, in the annual conference, I believe that protecting the children is a sacred trust that has been given to us, both as clergy and as laity. I actually consider protecting the 134 children in our preschool as one of the primary charges I have serving as pastor of First United Methodist Church of Thibodaux. I have served multiple churches that are in the smallest church category. I am seeking to work in a friendly manner with our trustees and with our cabinet that we might be able to make the specific provisions of the safe gatherings effective for each church size and each extension ministry, that we might not only protect the children, but that we might also empower them and train them in the faith.
Okay, thank you. So that's speech 4, and we are only talking about the amendment. Microphone 3.
Clifton Conrad, clergy, African American male, and the answer to John Cannon's request. As a part of that amendment,
Hold on just a second. I am not hearing you very well. There's some other conversations going on.
Okay.
So please speak directly into the microphone so we can all hear you.
Okay, do you want me to introduce myself again as well? Or, okay, all right. In the amendment, when you talked about the different church sizes, I would like to make sure that it also includes a diverse culture of churches also, and not just the different church sizes, and leave out any other cultural diversity that we may need in that conversation as well.
We'll make sure that that happens.
Okay.
Microphone 1, please identify yourself.
I am Annalise Trish. I'm a youth delegate from the First United Methodist Church at Thibodaux, and I rise in favor of this amendment. I think being a youth delegate, we all should be here to support the safety of each child in the churches, whether it be a big church or a small church. And I know for my church, there are many difficulties in these rules that our church cannot do. Many of our youth are women, and I think that there are some of these rules that need to be further discussed to support the safety of our women and our children in the church. And I think this applies for all churches of different sizes, lengths, and cultures. Please agree to this amendment. Thank you.
Thank I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but that was powerful. All right, let's get back to microphone 3. Please identify yourself.
Hi, Ebony Walker, Cornerstone United Methodist Church, African American female adult, middle-aged adult. I have a question, not necessarily related to this amendment, however.
Okay, that would be out of order. We're dealing with the amendment. If it's not with the amendment, is it based on the amendment?
No, I'll wait.
Okay, thank you very much. Microphone 3 will be, the microphone will still be there once we get through the amendment, so you can come back. Thank you. Any other discussion? Any other discussion on the change, the amendment? Are you ready to vote? Right? If you approve the amendment as stated, amended to add to the referral, One listening session with the trustees to include representation from each church size category referred to in Chad Brooks' report, as well as including a youth representative, extension ministry, and youth director, and youth representative from these areas. If you approve that, please raise your green card. Thank you. If you do not approve the amendment, please raise your red card. All right, it carries. The amendment carries. So now we have to go back to the motion. As amended. Any more to defer to the trustees the safe gathering policy as amended. Is there any more discussion? There's a question. So there's a question here and a question at microphone 3. So microphone 3, please identify yourself.
Yes, Ebony Walker, Cornerstone United Methodist Church, African American female adult. The question I have is regarding to section 1.2 safe gathering certification. In item B, it notes a federal background check to specifically look for crimes. My question is, has there been discussion at the trustee level on the frequency with which that needs to be done?
Yes. If you look at the entire Safe Gatherings proposal, it is included in part of the online Safe Gatherings training that federal background check is done through the online Safe Gatherings portal, and that is automatically prompted every 2 years. It would happen at appointment changes for clergy, which is technically a separate issue, but it would happen every 2 years for lay volunteers. The system would automatically prompt you that your certification is coming to an end, and you would be notified that you need to be rechecked.
Okay, can I offer a comment?
Was the will of the chair.
A comment for
A
what
comment
was
for
just
the
said?
federal background?
Let's deal with the referral first.
Sure.
Okay. All right, we had someone at microphone 1.
Yes, Robert May, currently representing the laity of First United Methodist Church Arcadia. Pretty red right now, but white male. I guess for the deferral part, as I'm speaking against that, part of the reason our church nearly disaffiliated was because of safe sanctuaries. 2 years later, after all the changes in the church, there's been no adjustment to safe sanctuary. Also, part of safe sanctuary is that each church is able to decide their own rules, which means training is decided upon by each congregation, which I can guarantee you with my church is one of them, it's 0. All you do is a background check and throw the kids out there. With the proposed change, yes, there are some issues, but as a person who's done IT for 25 years and has personally worked with the prosecution of child pornography and lived with the issues of abuse, this change is needed. Yes, there are some questions about where you change a diaper, where somebody has to go to the bathroom, and who's watching them. But the training that is provided in this opens the eyes of every staff member that goes through that and allows them to help recognize children and adults that are vulnerable and need to be protected. So what I'm asking is that we go ahead and vote this in so that we can do a positive change for these vulnerable people, and we can do some emails about the small, smiddling little legal details about going to the bathroom and changing diapers. That is my request.
That is you are
Against waiting.
the referral.
Yes,
Okay.
against
Amended
referral.
Thank you. 4. Microphone 4.
Hi, my name is Hope Thibodeau. I am laity. I identify as a white female with the invisible disability of autism. And I am speaking in favor of deferring, or in favor of the motion. Our church, I represent St. Charles United Methodist in Destrehan, Louisiana, does have experience using safe gatherings previously, and individual who was convicted of a crime, aggravated assault, was able to get through the filtering program. And we unfortunately found out later on that he thus took someone else's life while he was incarcerated. And this individual unfortunately got through the program. There are other grave concerns that need to be addressed and thought out in the proposal. And I thus speak in favor and challenge and am grateful for the consideration to wait and do a little more planning for this amazing, amazing program that is very much needed. And it's very similar to other denominations. I worked for years in the preschool of a Lutheran church, and it is extremely similar to what is in that denomination. So I am in favor of it, but there is some work to be done.
Okay, thank you. So that was 4. Is there another against? Microphone 3, are you in favor of the amendment? Is that why you're still there? Okay, so.
I'll sit down.
I couldn't hear you. All right. Okay, thank you. So the amended referral is before you. Are you ready to vote? All right. If you would approve the referral as amended, please raise your card, your green card, and it needs a majority. Okay, thank you. If you do not approve the amended referral, please raise your card, red card. Thank you. All right, it carries. Thank you very much.